NBA superstar Steph Curry parting ways with Baltimore-based Under Armour now.
Steph Curry and Under Armour recently parted ways, ending their 12-year relationship, and Curry and the Curry brand will move forward independently, and in his first game as a sneaker free agent was rocking the Nike.
November 2025. After 13 years together, Stephen Curry and Under Armour announced the end of their partnership. Not because of drama, not because of money, but because sometimes even successful partnerships outgrow each other. This is the story of how a mutual business decision became one of the most significant moments in athlete brand ownership. How financial struggles, strategic pivots, and different visions led to an inevitable conclusion. 2013, Steph Curry wasn't Steph Curry yet. He was Del Curry's son, with glass ankles and a pretty jump shot. Coming off 2 ankle surgeries, most brands saw damaged goods. But Nike, they saw an opportunity for the ultimate disrespect. Picture this, the most important meeting of Curry's career. Nike executives barely looking up from their phones, they mispronounce his name as Stefan. Then, the kill shot. They accidentally show Kevin Durant's presentation slides. In that moment, Nike didn't just lose a client, they created their biggest competitor. But across town, a scrappy Baltimore company was about to make the bet of their lives. However, what started as the perfect partnership would become the most expensive divorce in sports history. Under Armour didn't just want Curry, they worshipped him. Kevin Plank, the founder, flew to Oakland personally. No mispronounced names, no wrong slides, just respect and a promise Nike wouldn't make. A signature shoe line. The deal? Just shy of $4 million per year, plus equity, plus the promise that Curry would be their basketball face forever. And for a while, they did. 2015, Curry wins his first MVP. Under Armour stock price doubles overnight. The partnership was printing money. But behind the numbers, cracks were forming. The Chef Curry too low, retail price $110. Internet reaction, priceless. Twitter roasted them mercilessly. Nurse shoes, dad at the barbecue core. The memes wrote themselves. This wasn't just a bad shoe, it was a cultural wake-up call. Under Armour could make Curry rich, but they couldn't make him cool. While Jordan Brand was dropping retros that had kids camping outside stores, Under Armour was dropping shoes that had kids camping outside to avoid them. But learning takes time, and in sneaker culture you don't get second chances. Then came the championships 2015, 2017, 2018, 2022. Curry wasn't just winning games, he was changing basketball forever. Under Armour's revenue hit $5 billion, their stock peaked at $52 per share. The partnership looked unstoppable. 2020, the Curry brand launches. For the first time, Steph had creative control. The shoes got better, the marketing got sharper, the culture started paying attention. But success bred ambition, and ambition bred questions. Curry started studying the Jordan Brand blueprint. $5 billion in annual revenue, cultural icon status, generational wealth. He wanted that for his kids. He wanted that legacy. 2023, Under Armour was bleeding money, multiple quarters of declining sales, leadership changes, stock price in free fall. But Curry stayed loyal. He signed a contract extension, betting on the company that bet on him. The deal included stock compensation. At the time, it looked genius. Under Armour stock at $10 per share meant millions in additional value. But by 2025, that same stock was worth half as much. Curry watched millions evaporate in real time. This wasn't just about money, it was about respect, about vision, about the growing realization that loyalty might be costing him his legacy.
Under Armour announcing a leadership transition, announcing that Kevin Plank is returning.
When Kevin Plank returned as CEO in 2024, his message was clear: back to basics. Core performance products, no more lifestyle experiments. But Curry's vision was the opposite: community impact, youth basketball, cultural relevance, lifestyle appeal. They weren't just growing apart, they were growing in opposite directions. The conversations got harder, the compromises felt heavier. Curry found himself fighting for creative control he thought he already had. Every Curry brand initiative had to be approved by Under Armour executives who didn't understand the culture Curry was trying to build. Meanwhile, Nike and Adidas were dominating the cultural conversation. Travis Scott Jordans, Kanye's Yeezys, Bad Bunny's Adidas. The brands Curry's generation actually wanted to wear. Curry realized he was rich but irrelevant, successful but not significant. The breaking point wasn't emotional, it was strategic. When Kevin Plank returned as CEO in 2024, his vision was clear: refocus on core athletic performance, no more lifestyle experiments, no more cultural plays. But Curry's vision for his brand was the opposite: community impact, youth basketball programs, cultural relevance beyond just performance. Since launching the Curry brand in 2020, Curry had tasted creative control. He'd seen what was possible when he could make decisions without corporate committees. The brand's mission, making basketball accessible to everyone, especially young girls, was personal to Curry. When 9-year-old Riley Morrison wrote asking why his shoes weren't available in girls' sizes, Curry didn't just respond, he collaborated with her on the Curry 6 design.
9-year-old girl who wrote a letter to NBA superstar Steph Curry. She wanted to know why his shoe line was not sold to girls in the girls section of the Under Armour website. And in an interview you'll see only here on CBS This Morning, Dana Jacobson brings Curry and the fourth grader together.
These weren't just marketing moments, they were proof that Curry's brand could have cultural impact when given freedom to operate. But every initiative required Under Armour approval. Every cultural moment had to fit their performance-first strategy. The question became, could Curry build the legacy he wanted while operating under someone else's vision? In that moment, the loyal soldier became a revolutionary. The divorce negotiations were brutal. 13 years of partnership, billions in shared revenue, relationships that felt like family. November 2025, the announcement was corporate speak, but the subtext was clear. This was personal. Curry walked away with full ownership of his brand. All trademarks, all intellectual property. Under Armour kept their performance focus. The Curry 13, releasing February 2026, would be their last dance. But Curry was already moving on. Nike shoes and warm-ups, Reebok on his feet, the message was clear. The loyal soldier had become a free agent.
Steph Curry and Under Armour recently parted ways, ending their 12-year relationship, and Curry and the Curry brand will move forward independently, and in his first game as a sneaker free agent was rocking the Nike.
This isn't just about Steph and Curry. This is about the evolution of athlete empowerment. Jordan showed athletes they could transcend sports through partnerships. Curry is showing they can transcend the partnerships themselves. The next generation is watching. They see that loyalty has limits, that respect matters more than money, that sometimes you have to bet on yourself, even when it costs you everything. The Curry brand, now independent, could become basketball's next Jordan brand, or it could become a lesson in what not to do about leaving guaranteed money for uncertain dreams. Stephen Curry spent 13 years being loyal to a company that believed in him when nobody else would. Now he's betting that the world will believe in him the way he believes in himself. The question isn't whether Curry made the right choice. The question is what happens when the most loyal superstar in sports decides loyalty isn't enough. Drop your predictions below. Will the Curry brand become the next Jordan brand? Or did Steph just make the most expensive mistake in sports history? Hit subscribe for more stories that go deeper than the headlines, because sometimes the real game happens off the court.